contest submissions from our community members. We're going to be doing the top submissions, first through fifth, which come with a prize, and then we're going to be going through the ones that stood out as needing help the most, because I like, we have a lot of community members that have been with me for a while, and I like seeing, like, when we have the newer community members coming in, how I can give them the best tips there. Um, that's kind of where I'm going to go with this one today. So we're going to give people a chance to come in and get situated, and then we're going to have some fun. So how is everybody's morning this morning? Let me get some of this out of here. Get this, get this. That's not that. I'm a little discombobulated this morning because I didn't get to sleep until late last night. I was messing around with some stuff, and yeah, it's just it's been busy. It's been busy. It's good busy, but it's busy, and I gotta get used to being busy because yeah. Contest. I need my Google Sheets. Where are they? Sheets. Cold. What do you mean cold, Crib? It's cold down there right now. Um, let's see. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? What the hell? Okay, I can't find it. 1 second. What's up, newbie? I'm usually a little better organized than this, guys. You know that, but today is just a little off for me. So we're gonna get through this together. There we go. Final post. AI robotics. There we go. So we're gonna get through Jesse's, Julian's, Ferocity, Abraham, Big Joe, and then I got Kingsley, Man, Ski Mask, which was a little weird. Um, Shoes I still have to review. Okay. Um. So how many people do we have here? We've only got 16 people. This is kind of odd, guys. It's kind of odd. Usually we've got a better turnout than this. I don't know. Maybe it's a little early still. Uh, yeah, it's probably a little early still. What's up, Graveyard? How's it going, buddy? What are we doing here? Hey, Dev. What's up, buddy? Yeah, you're welcome to come up and hang out. We're just doing the post roast, you know.
You guys?
Yo, been a bit, Graveyard.
Yeah, it has been a while, I know, right? It's just, work.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta love it, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Remember, we are live, so
I didn't say
don't say
anything, bro.
anything. Don't say anything you might regret. Um. All right. So I've got some posts up here to roast. We're gonna start going over them. I gotta find a way to do whew, a growth contest with you guys because I want to start seeing you guys increasing your account numbers and stuff. What's up, Kyle? Yeah, I definitely want to see you guys increasing your account numbers. I want to see you guys not just growing in impressions and views, but growing in numbers. Because when you can grow in both, eventually you'll get to the point where you can monetize, and then That's amazing. If you don't grow in both, then you won't get to the point where you monetize, and it's shitty. I haven't pushed it nearly hard enough for mine, so I'm still well away from. I have the number of users. I'm sure that with the right posting schedules and dedication to it, I would hit monetization. But I don't make my money off of X right now, so I don't bother with it. But maybe at some point I will need to hit monetization. So yeah, I think about doing it now when you're not worried about monetization through X, than having to do it later when you may need to be monetized through X because you need to make a paycheck. So we're gonna start off with Slow Shot. Slow Shot, I don't know what the hell happened here, dude. This is Slow Shot is Benefit '08, which is who? That's Ski Mask. That's somebody else. So Slow Shot, Benefit '08. I don't know if you're here. Let me see. At Benefit '08. That's God's plan. God's plan. All right. I'm just gonna tag people as I start to go over their stuff, and we'll see if they show up. But I couldn't really review this one, right? Um, because I had no information, right? So like, I I kind of just had to mention that you guys be careful and make sure that your threads are threads. I tried looking up through his account to find some information on it, and like he's got so many posts in here, and like I can't find the shit. So like I tried. I see a repost. I see reposts, and like yeah, I gave up on it. So I was trying to find your stuff, God's plan. I couldn't find your stuff, so I didn't end up reviewing it at all. I'm sorry, buddy. Better luck next time. Always make sure that you have your information properly displayed. If I can't find it and I'm looking for it actively, people aren't gonna look for it. They're just gonna look at this and be like, "What the fuck is this?" and keep it rolling. You know what I'm saying? So something to think about. Mr. Kyle. Mr. Kyle. Ah, shit. I'm dropping stuff. Oh, at least it didn't spill. So, I see that you're here, Kyle. So, Kyle. Okay. Um, it's all good, buddy. So, yours is one of them that I wanted to go over because you're newer. This is some of your first submissions. And I I'm very picky. I'm very picky. I'm OCD about the posting. I'm big about structure and like spelling and punctuation and stuff like that, or lack of punctuation. If you're doing bullets, like you shouldn't use punctuation. If you're not using punctuation at all, like from sentence to sentence, and just breaking up the Kyle. I don't go easy on anybody. Ask everybody here. Nobody gets it easy. Right, Jay? Crib? Dev? Y'all know. Um, this is called post roast for a reason. You'll come out a little hot, brother. All right, all right. So one, the numbered posts. I'm not a huge fan of numbered posts. Numbered posts usually lead to being AI driven because AI tends to number the posts for you so that you have to post them that way, right? It helps the AI does it that way to separate your posts to make it easier for you to know when to post. Um, yeah, Dev knows he's gonna get it roasted too. Um, your structure isn't terrible. I like how you capcase this, but you didn't need the thread in the beginning. Just meet the robot learning to do your job and maybe save it. I like this. I think that the title was pretty catchy. I think it was nice. Most robots are built to do one thing. Sanctuary AI is building one that can do anything a human can. Let me show you what could be the future of human labor. Don't do the hashtags. as hashtags are rough because they used to be really good for tracking. They used to be a big benefit to you when it came to tracking your metrics, who's doing what. But now with X analytics, you don't have any need for them. If anything, they hurt your analytics because they deprioritize posts based on spam for hashtags, cash tags, ats, stuff like that. A lot of it is based on your the algorithm itself, and for some reason they're just not as good as they used to be, and they're deprioritized now. So better off just avoiding them entirely. You can do it every once in a while. Some people like cash tags. Sometimes the audience likes cash tags. And if the cat or hashtag is big enough, you can use it to gain momentum. But if it's not a hashtag that's being consistently used, you can't. That's why he gets burnt so hard. You and Dev. Um, let's see. Sanctuary's AI robots. So it starts to get a little blocky here and short, right? Now, if you can add two of these together and space them in a decent way, I would recommend doing that. It just looks better, right? So you get rid of the spacing, right? Control C, right? And let me do Control C here too. So because it looks like these two could almost go together, right? And if you had to, you could adjust it, right? Let's see. So this one's a little bit over, right? Sanctuary's AI robot is called Phoenix, a general purpose humanoid designed designed to perform real jobs in real work environments, right? Unlike task-specific bots in factories or warehouses, Phoenix is adaptable. Its AI learns from humans and mimics how we interact with the world. You can leave it like that and then start off with the next one. So you don't want to have just like short little blobs of text, right? And especially as you're going through it like this, if you notice one thing, it's really monotone. It's really like you just scrolling through text. People, if you don't have something to break that up, if you don't have good patterns built in, people don't follow them, and people just skim, right? So you lose a lot of your message, you lose a lot of your interaction with your post, you lose a lot of impressions. It can hurt, right? So don't do that. What I would do is I would try to get like a graphic. You know what I've done? I've gone to ChatGPT, right? Oh, got a friggin' gnat. Um, I need a graphic for a thread related to AI robots and Sanctuary AI, right? What's up, Ferocity? And ChatGPT will do that while I continue to work on my thread, right? And then I come back, and eventually it'll be done, right? So there's a lot of tools now, especially, I mean, you've always got the oldies but the goodies, right? Google, right? AI robot images, Sanctuary AI, right? And then you just go to images. Look at that. You got like fucking 1,000 different images that you can use. Look at that. That's a nice one right there. Like you just take this, you right click, you copy it, and you paste it into your thing, right? So there's a lot of opportunities for you to use stuff there. Um, always try to. It's not the end of thread graphic, bro. It's the fact that you didn't have much media use throughout. Like, take this one for instance, right? When you're reading through this one, it's got length for each one, right? And then it's got an image. And he actually did a custom image for this one too. And then you come in, you've got the structure to the sentences, the structure to the post. You got some emoji use, and then you've got a video. And it breaks up the monotony of the text that will cause people to kind of just browse through what you're doing or what you're trying to say, right? Um, let's see. Teaching how to fold. Phoenix is back with powerful models called the Carbon AI Control. It's not just automation; it's human-like autonomy. Bullets. Try to use. Try to use. Try to use emojis rather than bullets like this. It looks like this is copy paste, right? Most people don't know how to use the the buttons or the commands to make those emojis. And most people being on phone nowadays, right, don't know how to make these from their phone, right? So it can be difficult and look very AI influenced. And even though we're in a world of AI, people don't like reading what they perceive to be AI generated posts because they feel like it's low effort, it's low lift, nobody cares. They're just posting and trying to get our attention and make money off of us. And that's the mindset there. So even if you use AI, which don't get me wrong, I use AI for a lot of things. I but I make sure that like I'm formatting it the way that I know works best. I'm making sure that the content that's in it is 100% accurate. Otherwise, I will not post it. I'm making sure that I'm using AI in a way that supports what I'm doing and doesn't just do what I want to do for me. So even if you did use AI, taking out these points here help, right? Like change this to emojis. Not only that, if you look here, Professor Torres, I yeah, exactly. A lot of us use AI daily. Um, you have an extra space here, buddy, so it throws off the whole flow of that bullet list. So like anytime you use anything like how, even with the numbers here, like how the numbers are, it throws off the flow of the sentences because it's got like that little one there or the little five there or whatever the case is, right? Um, so and I would have used like a colon here, just some simple structuring mistakes that you have. It's not a bad article. Um, it feels very heavily AI influenced, which is bad. Your audience shouldn't feel that it's heavily AI influenced, even if it was. Um, in the near future, if there's not too dangerous, some of these feel very short. And I'm sure you did that to try to get people to try to keep it under the character limit for each post. Um, it's not bad sometimes to have it where you have it longer for some or shorter for others, but like try to keep a pattern. Um, you kept a good pattern with it being short, but like without the images in between, it feels just like one big word block, and that's never good because I don't read threads like this typically. Unless it's from somebody who I follow because they have important information and stuff like that, and they just post shit because they don't give a fuck. Sinjin's one of them. Like I follow Sinjin. I try to watch what he says, but usually his posts are a little better structured than this. Like but they're also long form posts. There's a couple others out there. So yeah, I like it's tough. But yeah, you did pretty good. This was your first actual thread submission, wasn't it, Kaio? Second? Okay. It's been a while since we did like a full thread, I think. At least it feels like it's been a while. I like how you did all the emojis down here, but you didn't use any emojis through all of your article. Meaningful emojis that follow a pattern. 1 to 2 emojis per post, right? Keep them attached to what the meaning. Like you don't need to be a robotics nerd. You could use the nerd face in there. No, no. I mean, like an example, right? Robots not so much until now. Accuracy, bullseye. This was a little excess. excessive, but like emojis for bullet marks, those work. One emoji here isn't bad. You know what I'm saying? Like keeping the images in between your text helps a lot. So like these are some of the things. I don't like how you broke the pattern here. I would have had like the Sanctuary AI embed pop up or the Discord.gg CJ Friends thing pop up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like you could have done more with the emojis throughout. I know people say don't use emojis, but emojis help break up text and they help emphasize points that you're making for each text block, right? So like called Phoenix. If you could get a Phoenix emoji, that would work well. General purpose humanoid robot, robot face. Hands, voice, and a brain. Use the brain. Something that connects to the point and emphasizes it and allows people to look at an image and connect it to that sentence. And then whenever if they come back over it, they recall easier. It connects them more to your post. So that's something that's helpful typically with your threads. Um, but yeah, all in all, it wasn't a bad thread. It's a lot. It's similar to some of the other sanctuary threads that I saw though. It kind of felt like it was well thought out. It felt heavily AI influenced though, and it felt like there wasn't as much care put towards like structuring of the article. What I would do is I would go back when you're going through each post. Make sure that you're going back and you're looking through each post as you go. Make sure that you're double checking the structure. Make sure that you're comfortable with how it reads because if you can read it back and say, "Oh wait, that doesn't sound that good," like look at it from the reader's perspective. Like if I came out and I said, "Oh, use cases," and there's no flow in between these two, right? It just jumps into use cases. It's not automation. It's human like autonomy in cases like yeah. It helps. It helps to connect them in a sort of leading into way rather than just like a hard stop from one and then going right into the other. So there's some improvements you can make, bud. And like I said, you're pretty new, so like I didn't expect you to have all the experience of the past guild halls that we've done together. So this is a good like hard in on this and getting a good post roast for what you produced here. But yeah, no problem, dude. I'm happy to help. If you need help in the future, if you have anything that you have questions about, or like Crib has been in his friggin' post, his guild post, tagging me day after day after day, trying to see how this structure looks, or if this will help, or what he should do for this. And honestly, it doesn't hurt because it gets my attention quick. If I can look over it real fast and give some pointers, I can do that. You know, but I try not to do that for the contests because I don't want to influence one person to win directly. You know what I'm saying? Like I try to yeah, exactly. So typically he'll come to me about like other threads that he's written, and he'll be like, Taurus, what do you think? Taurus, does this look good? Taurus, that like he's just enthusiastic about it. He wants to get better. He's striving to improve every time he writes something. So that and it's appreciated because he puts in so much effort. Um, but yeah, we're gonna move on from Coyote. Dev, you're one to talk, bro. you're always you're always trying to get a head start on everybody else with shit too. Um, all right, Amana, from your love to child. All right. So Aman Amana is also a new submission. I don't remember seeing a submission from them prior. I don't know if they're here today. One of the big things I hate and I will give you a hard time about are these M dashes. Oh, I'll disconnect and reconnect then. Can you guys hear me now? Okay. Let me make sure that my YouTube is still recording then, because I don't want anybody to miss this. Where is it? Where is it? All right, it's still going. Good. Woohoo! All right, back to Aman Amana. So one of the big things I always say, and you guys know it, right? One of the big things I always say is don't use the M dashes. Even if you like the M dashes, don't use the M dashes. M dashes are a clear sign of AI. This one slash is usually a clear sign of AI use because using the numbered system, AI typically does that. Don't do it. Remove it. Find another way. Yeah, literally Chat GPT. Yes. And this is what I said about yours too, Kyle. It felt like there was heavy influence on AI, and it looked like it. So try to avoid it as best as you can. Sometimes it's hard to do. Sometimes you got to rework your post a little bit based on whatever it produces. Sometimes I tell it all the time, do not use M dashes ever, and it continues to use M dashes. I hate M dashes so much. It's just such a telltale sign of AI. But the AI that doesn't just talk, it acts. As actless AI. Um, excessive emojis. I don't like double emojis anytime anywhere. Um, I know you didn't use them, but you had like the numbered system. You had the bullets that weren't like emoji bullets. They looked weird. That there were signs there, bro. There were signs. um, but yeah. So excessive. I don't like ever using two emojis in one because what happens is a a ChatGPT prompt will give you an emoji to add in there, and then when you post it in there, it separates it to two because it recognizes aspects of both of those emojis and it turns them into two emojis. So you get two emojis, and that like, anybody who's looking for AI sort of like tells and potential tells could see something like this and be like, that could be AI. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to give people a reason to be like, oh, this guy's not posting genuine posts. He's posting AI generated garbage. Like you see all those posts about people talking shit about other people, saying, "Oh, this is all AI. This is all this is all that." And like they don't fucking use AI themselves to do shit. Like you get the fuck out of here. But people don't want that. If it looks that way, people don't want it. So you have to be careful with it, is what I'm saying. I'm not saying don't use it. I
I won't.
generated. I won't ever say don't use it. You know what I'm saying? But I will say be careful with how it presents. Right? Hey, Cyber Devil, what's up, buddy? Thanks for jumping in. You're always welcome to come and join us in the Discord too. But yeah, It's more about your audience. It's what your audience wants. It's what your employer wants. If they don't if they're looking out for AI generated stuff, even if it's quality AI generated stuff, like if they're looking out for AI hints because they want to disqualify people and not pay people, and you happen to have AI hints in there, you're fucked. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't give people a reason to push your shit to the side because of the potential for AI generated hints, right? I've actually done some posts where I've relied on AI directly to make the post, right? And I've looked at my analytics for both non AI generated and AI generated, and if you do it right, people won't even notice that it's AI generated. People won't even notice, and people will love the post still. You just have to train your AI to do shit the right way. You need to train your AI to have your tone, to have your style of writing, and then you still have to go and re fucking address it again and again and again to tell it, no, you're being dumb. Stop doing this. Stop doing that. And it's frustrating. Yeah, reply guy stuff. That's what we got to work on. We got to do like a reply guy event or something. I want to see maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe we will do a reply guy contest. Go charge your phone, Dev. I'm doing the winners roast later on. So, but I'm gonna have this fully recorded. It's gonna be on YouTube, Dev. Don't worry. I'm going through these partially because they were rough, and I wanted to do a live um, go over on them more than the winners because a lot of you guys know what you guys are doing. You guys have been producing amazing content. You guys have been producing amazing graphics. Oh no, Dev's definitely one of the winners. Dev won one of the spots today. Don't worry. All right, so Aman Amana. I will say that Dev won a spot. How's that? I'm not gonna say which spot he won, but Dev won a spot. Um, actually, now I need to check so I'm not lying. No, Dev did not win this one. No, Dev didn't win this one. Crib won a spot. I got the two confused. Um, you did okay. Jay won a spot. Jay won a spot. Crib won a spot. Dev actually, Dev. That's why I was thinking about Dev because Dev had a couple issues, and I need to go over some things with him. He needs a smack on the wrist. Bad Dev. Bad Dev. We'll figure this out later though. I whoever's up on the screen, if you're actually looking at who's up on the screen, you can see it. But yeah, I have to go over yours specifically, Dev, because yours bothered me a little bit this time. Just a little bit, but we'll go over why. I'm confusing everybody. Isn't it great? But I do have notes that I took here for everybody except for the last four and Shua's. Shua was late, excessively late with his. So yeah, I couldn't include Shua's. All right, back to Aman Amana's. Damn it. So very heavy feel. Just from that alone, I would have failed this probably. Just from the heavy feel of AI, because anybody reading this, not only that, the structure, like you had this M dash, then you had the dot dot dot. The M dash is a pause, so you don't need the M dash and the dot dot dot. So I don't know if you just added the dot 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 in there to try to add something like break it up a little bit or something. I don't know. Um, but that's the magic of the tagging isn't bad. The structure essentially isn't bad. I tend to use the threads at the bottom. I would take this and I would like give a line break here and put the thread at the bottom and put the downward finger over there. I would get rid of one of these. I would take this. If you're doing things at the end, no, yours was pretty good, Ferocity. I'm definitely gonna go over yours too. Don't worry. Um, if you're using emojis at the end, if you're using emojis at the end, don't use them at the beginning. Follow the pattern. If you're doing line breaks and spacing, do line breaks and spacing. If not, try to structure the sentence a little bit better so that it looks a little better. Um, there's just a lot of things that you can do structure wise and format wise that make it more appealing to the readers. Some of them that we're going to be going over coming up are more appealing to the readers because of that specifically. Like and that's something that I want you guys to get used to focusing on. If it doesn't look appealing, then it's not appealing. That's just how it is. Even if you have really good quality content, if it doesn't look appealing or if it doesn't keep your attention, your eyes have a hard time following through the text that you have. It's not going to get the attention that you want to get. It's not going to reach as many people as you want to reach. It's not going to get amplified by as many people as you want to amplify it. So yeah, that's something that you have to pay attention to. Remember, you're even if you like what you read, you got to look at it from the potential audience standpoint, and not only the audience standpoint of the readers, but the audience standpoint of the person paying you to post the shit, right? Oh yeah, it's okay. I got the screen share. Here we go. Nope, wrong one. Damn it. 1 second, guys. Change stream, entire screen, share screen. There we go. All right. Extra space here. The extra spaces tend to be telltale signs for me too. Because if you're naturally typing out what you're writing, you usually don't tap space when you start writing, right? Your brain goes to typing, not spacing, right? So you avoid the space bar. You don't go for it. When you're copy pasting something though, you make a mistake by hitting enter in a spot that gives you a space in the beginning rather than not, right? So in other words, here, he didn't have a space here. This space was from here. So he spaced this, but he spaced it with the space in the front rather than at the beginning of the A. So, like, there's telltale signs that it looks like it was a copy paste job, right? I actually think that this looks pretty good. Um, I, if this was gone, if the space wasn't missing, maybe give a line break here and then start this and keep this together specifically because this is part of the bulleted list. And then this, that doesn't look bad. I think that this would have been a really nice post if it didn't have the telltale signs and the issues, right? Um, and then top it off, this is like a straight Chat GPT image. Uh, usually these types of images come from a prompt, a quick prompt of I need a graphic for a thread, right? This one is probably one of the better ones because I didn't give it very much detail on what kind of thread I was writing or what the contents of the thread was, right? This is just a good generic post, right? A post graphic. And those are fine because they break up the text still. And that's the main purpose of it, right? When I'm doing contests, I'm grading you on them. Yes. But for like good general um posts, These aren't necessarily bad. It's just ones like these tend to look a lot like you're basically reiterating everything that it's not a graphic. It's a blurb. It's an infographic. It's something that you're expected to read. And these are something that you kind of connect to your words and allow people to absorb, right? And it kind of gives them a break from having to read through all the text and everything. Doing this is kind of like redundant, and I don't like doing this. Like I will make ChatGPT actively change these images if I have it making images for my threads because I don't like how wordy they are. I don't like how much I feel like they have to read. This literally takes everything from this post, right, and puts it into the graphic. So why even have the post? Why not just post a bunch of graphics going down? You know what I'm saying? Because you got everything that you wanted to say into the graphic. Why even use the text post, right? Um, again, I like a lot of these, right? Example one, I don't like, right? I like here's an example of an airdrop claimer bot. Tired of missing token drops? Just say track my wallet and auto claim airdrops I'm eligible for, and it does it, right? Like I like how this is. The structure is bad. The emoji placement, in my opinion, is not great. This is more like instructional or like list based. And Cribs noticed this. I've been getting harder on him for that with lists and structure and stuff. Um, when you do a lot of bullet points, it feels like you're just listing off stuff for people. It doesn't help a reader connect to your message. It's like reading through a textbook. You know, you don't connect to that. You read it, you absorb it, and then you keep moving. If somebody has fun and connects to your message, like Virion's messages are all really like drama filled and exciting and long term stories and stuff like that. I like your new profile picture, MD. Nice. Um, when you have that that connection, that lock into a person, it helps a lot, right? It keeps people coming back for more and reading again and again and again. It's probably your network, Ferocity. Can everybody hear me? Real quick mic check. All right. So yeah, it's just you, Ferocity. We gotta get you better. We gotta get you Starlink or something. Damn it. Um, again, it kind of feels like everything that was in this message was put here, and you almost could have. This is almost better than your message here, right? Because it includes everything that you had wanted to say, right? And doesn't make a reader read through, right? And you could have done another thing here, like besides this, and just kind of toss something in here. The auto claim, check out. You could have actually listed off what it does. No, you got that. I would have used this image up here, and then I would have went into like the details of the airdrop claimer here, right? And kind of found another image to use that could have potentially worked because I don't like this image at all. I would have gotten rid of that one. Be careful with bullets. Make sure that you're keeping things as conversational as possible. Um, how about an example? We you can use Actless for token airdrops. Tired of missing out on them? Just tell it to track your wallet and auto claim airdrops you're eligible for. And it will connect to your wallet and handle it, saving you gas, saving you time, and without any FOMO. Right? That's more conversational. That's going to connect me to you better than me coming out and going, Actless connects to your wallet and handles it. Save gas, save time, no FOMO. Like the conversational tone, how I do it too. Like I can make anything kind of fun almost. You know what I'm saying? Like this is something that I've spent a lot of time doing in the space. Like I make boring shit fun. Like it's just my personality. It's my voice, my tone, my pitch, how I talk to you guys, how I engage with you guys. These are things that I've practiced for a really long time. None of that comes over in text. So like I would have to read this in like a monotone. Atlas connects to your wallet and handles it. Saves gas, saves time, no FOMO. Track my wallet and auto claim airdrops I'm eligible for. This will help you save gas, time, and prevent FOMO. So with almost the monotone like lack of emotion and emphasis and hype or whatever, the list kind of feels weird to a reader. Whereas like when you're conversating with them, you're talking directly to them. You're giving them advice. You're being that friend that's helping to build them up. You're like this is important because this is how you keep people coming back to your shit. So yeah, definitely avoid bullets when and where you can. I'll use bulleted lists for like actual lists. Like if you're doing like a list of like a grocery list, right? Or you're doing like a materials list, or you're doing something like that. When it comes to like points and aspects of an ecosystem that you enjoy, but you want to list them out, don't list them out. Do it conversationally. Add an extra post if you have to. Connect with your audience better because that's what you're doing. You're connecting with your audience and you're trying to attract them in. It's not attractive when people's just throwing facts out at me, right? Like I love that you guys have made $1 billion in revenue last year. I love that you guys have given away over $10,000 of airdrops. I love that you guys save gas because you're a gasless ecosystem. I love all that shit. But like reading through a list of it bores me. Like I don't have the attention span. Most people don't have the attention span. Most people just skim through posts anyway. So like give them a reason to stay. Give them a reason to connect to you and your post, even if they don't follow your call to action to go and check out Atlas, right? So there's a lot when it comes to like audience capture, hooking and stuff like that. And you guys, a lot of you guys do pretty good. I think that like the hook here is actually not bad. I just think that it's poorly formatted and like looking at this initial post makes me go, do I want to continue reading this? You know what I'm saying? Like not really, kinda, sort of, maybe. Um Subscription Watchdog, one prompt. This actually starts to get formatted better. I like this format. I like how this is. Get rid of the example two, get rid of the emoji in the beginning, get rid of the four. And this would have been almost a perfect post. I like it, right? Atlas is your subscription watchdog. One prompt, cancel unused free trials before billing, and just like that, I've gotten rid of my Netflix, my Notion, and my Discord Nitro all in one step, automatically. No more ghost charges, only smarter spending going forward. Right? Now I've made it conversational. I've gotten rid of the bullet points, even though I like the bullet points, how he did like the AVAX bullet point kind of like reverse Dorito thing going on. The structure's pretty good, you know. Like I don't see anything wrong with the structure here. I don't see anything wrong with the bullets here. He's got a lot of bullets though, or she's got a lot of bullets. I don't know. He, she, I don't know. They. There we go. Um, but yeah, like it's something. Just those simple changes would have connected better with an audience, in my opinion. Um, and then on top of that, these images drive me nuts. Ah! Subscription Watchdog Ghost Charges. Everything that you set up here is in here. It's frustrating. Why even make the post? Get rid of that. Get some cool fucking images. Go Google something. Put some fucking butterflies in there or something. I don't care. Just something to break it up that's better than like the exact text that you just did with the exact emojis and everything. Like it's tough for me to see this because the post looks generally good. The image could have been good on its own if it wasn't for the fact that everything matched exactly. You want images that relate to this, right? But you don't want images that tell you everything that was said in this, because then there's no point in reading this, or there's no point in looking at this. And yeah, just something to keep in mind, guys. Hey Mimi, I see you sneaking in there. Um, all right, five. Why it matters. This is very just AI driven, and this does not help at all. Futures autonomous space issues, like really go over it. I like the end here. Um, I like how you did this. I don't think this came out right. Oh, it did. Okay. Yeah, but otherwise, a lot of bullets. You started using better emojis here. I would have done a little differently. The first one, who's it for? Never put an emoji on. No, I haven't roasted yours yet, Vina. Um, we're gonna be doing some roasting on Friday too. Because I'm not gonna be able to get through all of them today. There's no way. I'm going a little harder on some of our newer submissions, the people who haven't submitted too many times before. So yeah. All in all, I think the content of it isn't bad, but I think you guys could have done better. Yeah, you're a victim. DeFi Disciple. Meet Figure 0102, the robot who could replace you at work, right? I like the cap cases, right? I don't like the capitalization here. You cap cased everything here, right? But then you capitalized everything here, and that just looks weird to me. Um, I like the image. I don't really like the structure here, and you kind of got like a lot of spacing issues here. Again, telltale. The numbering system, no good. Um, let's hold on. Who's DeFi Disciple here? Let me see. Kingsley, copy. Oh, Kays, what's up, buddy? So you're if you've been here, you saw the reviews for the last two. You kind of know where I'm already going to be going with a lot of this, right? Just saying. You already know where I'm going to be going with a lot of this. The numbering, the spacing, because it makes it feel like copy pasting, right? So it hurts your credibility as this being something that you originally created, right? Um, Introducing Figure oh 01, prompting like this sounds more along the lines of like an article, right? Like this is you're sectioning off an article rather than sectioning off a thread. Threads are meant to be catchy. They're meant to hook you. They're meant to spur, like create interest. You can do informational, but ultimately, yo, Tharisto, ultimately you're trying to suck somebody into a community or a project webpage. You're funneling people, right? So your whole thing with this is to make it interesting enough and leave them curious enough at the end that they still want to go and check something out. Typically, um, articles are typically more informative. Articles are typically more instructional. Articles are typically more dry and to the point because they're trying to just provide you with information. Whereas threads are usually hooky. Um, you want to get people in. You're being paid to promote something, so you're trying to attract new users and audiences. You're trying to get your audience to have an interest in what you're being paid to promote or what. So these are all points that really connect to this. Because this ends up coming into more of like an article light, which is more like you're being paid to like write a technical write up on something or provide like an in-depth breakdown of how to earn on Axie, for instance. Those are articles. Try for a more conversational tone in everything rather than like prompting initially. So like check out Figure oh 01, comma, a humanoid robot that can walk and think thanks to GPT. No, I know, dude. I'm hard on everybody. I'm a firm believer that if I don't point out all of the mistakes that you made, you're not going to improve. Okay? As much as I like to be a little easier on people, I also try to make sure that every bit of issue I have with your post comes through, because if not, then I how do you know where you can improve, right? Like it's a tough balance. Um, I, I try to consider that you guys are new, and this is why I'm highlighting you guys specifically, Kays, Kaio, um, Amon. I want to make sure that you guys get the attention that you need compared to the people who've been here for a while already and already know, right? Oma, it is not your first. Get out of here. You can take the heat. All right, good. Um, so like how you did this, this sentence kind of started off with just designed with practical assistance in mind. So you could have restructured this whole thing right here, right? So let's take a look at this. I could have sworn you made another thread before Oma, right? So edit message, right? We're gonna get rid of this. We're gonna edit this. Meet figure. The robot who could replace you at work. Um, have you ever tried? Have you ever wished you could have a robot do your work? Humanoid robot that can walk and think thanks to GPT. With practical assistance in mind. Powered by GPT. Yeah, right? Like, I wish. Fucking bug. One thing I hate about the summer. Okay. So now, do you see the difference in how that reads from this post to that? And it's not a huge difference, right? I'm gonna post the post here so you guys can check it out. It's not a huge difference, right? Like it's just a little bit of a rearrangement of the wording, right? It's a little bit more compounding some of the sentences that you had, like the designed with practical assistance in mind. That wasn't a bad portion of it. It's just that it was by itself. It had weird spacing, and it was just by itself. It didn't have any sentence structure to it besides this. You had a lot of spacing issues in the front here, so it leads to being copy paste. Thought of as just copy pasta. Because when you copy paste, you're more likely to make mistakes with your spacing and stuff. So, but if you're typing it out, you're less likely to do that. So, yeah, then the fact that you had a space at the beginning of each of these, but not here on this sentence, makes me believe that you just copy pasted from somewhere, right? Even if you didn't, it this is just a simple touch up, dude. You can do so much better than what I did there. You can add a couple of emojis. You can really rework the sentence flow and kind of connect them better. Meet figure 0102. This is the robot that could replace you at work. Have you ever wished you could have a robot do the work for you rather than having to? Yeah, hold on. Have you ever wanted wished you can see? My brain works weird when compared to writing compared to reading out loud. So my brain, I'm a little um neurodivergent. Um, so let's go with this. Hold on. So have you ever wished you could have a robot do your work? You could have changed that a little bit. Meet figure 0102, the robot who could replace you at work. Have you ever wished you could have a robot do the work for you? Tired of the menial tasks of cleaning your house, sweeping your floors, washing your dishes, cooking your meals? Meet figure. Uh, see, it's kind of that's another issue. Here we go. Figure is a humanoid robot that can walk and think, designed with practical assistance in mind, powered by GPT. Let's dive in. So now that takes out the redundancy of the meat twice, gives you a reason why you would be interested in it, and then explains kind of what it is. Yeah. Yeah, I just edited it. Um, because I had meat twice in there. That's another thing. When you read through it, and this is the importance. This is why I tell you guys all the time: reread everything you're posting. Reread the post that you're making. Recheck the recheck the recheck the graphics that you're about to add into it. Go over everything at least twice, right? The first time you make it, and then the second time when you're gonna post it, right? And if it doesn't look right to you, say I'm not posting it yet, right? Yeah, you can do that as well. That works too, Ferocity. Honestly, there's no real emojis in the one that I reworked because I was just getting rid of the emojis and doing a quick rework on it. Um, I left the thread and the down finger because it's guiding you down to the next post. So I kind of left that one alone. But like I said, there's a lot of ways that that post that I reworked can then be reworked again and improved upon. And as you guys get better at writing and forming threads, you guys will eventually do this second nature. You see what I'm saying? It becomes easier for you to do. Most of my posts, if you go to my page, most of my posts are not phenomenal posts, but they're passable because I'm just so used to posting that I can make a really good post really quick, right? Like this here, I have an issue right here because of the spacing. Um, I like this spacing better because it kind of hugs the text and spaces it out, right? I could have added a line break here, but I like that this text block is locked in between the two images, right? Bolding, I would have removed this. I sometimes the formatting for line breaks doesn't come out right, but I fucked up on that one and I could have fixed it. Um, Spacing, giving like highlighting important aspects of the conversation, right? Spacing. Um, this isn't first come first serve. Using italics to highlight too to counter kind of sort of the bolding rather than using the bolding only. It gives it a little bit of differentiation. If you notice though, I didn't really use any emojis. I didn't connect this to any emojis. I was typing this out really quick. I got my images in that I wanted. I highlighted the post with the images and the bolding and stuff like that. So I made it work this way, right? Um, this was a little long, but I started running out of the ability to add because they only allow you to add 4 photos. So I ran out of the ability to add photos to break up the thread. This is a long form thread. This is my pin post thread. So I set this up like this, right? Because I know that it's going to be a longer post. I know it's going to be there for everybody to find really easily. People like if they want to come back to it, they can just click back into my profile. It's not like it's going to be hard for them to get access to or anything. So, yeah. Um, but all in all, more about structure, more about like highlighting the things that you need to highlight, sharing the thread link to the feedback interest forum that I wanted to get people to go and attend to. This is this was like a 20-minute post at most, like a 20 or 30-minute post at most. Um, and I could rework it and repost it again, but but it served its purpose, right? And I got pretty decent impressions off of it. Like if I do say so myself, I got decent impressions. I got some likes, reposts, bookmarks. Um, I'm sure that was Maddox though, because we amplify each other's posts, and that's something you guys should be doing too. You guys should be amplifying each other's posts, your friends' posts, supporting your friends by bookmarking, by liking, by sharing, and helping to promote them better because that's how you help each other grow, right? Like that's the big thing, making sure that you guys are growing and promoting each other and shit like that. Like it goes a long way. Um, I got a bling, but I don't know where the bling came from. I hate this shit. So frustrating. So frustrating. Bah. Let me just double check because I'm pretty sure that was a message on my live, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't see anything. Sorry, guys. If you're messaging, feel free to hop in on www.discord.gg/DJN Friends. CJN Friends. You can come hang out. You can be a friend. You can participate in cool contests. Help to build up your X account and start working towards monetization. And just generally have a good time. We have Rumble events. We have game nights. We have To the Moon, which helps us learn about virtuals and meme tokens and all the other fun DGen stuff. And then we have the Guild Hall 3 days a week where we share information on how you can improve your account posting and your account metrics and analyze better and track stuff better. And there's a lot of options for you to enjoy here. So yeah, we look forward to seeing you. But yeah, all right, let's get back to this. Oh, yeah, that's from my software. Usually, I'm only sharing my screen through the virtual camera, so you guys don't hear the bling. But today I'm sharing my screen too, so you guys happen to hear the bling. Hi, Easier. See you hiding down there. All right. So you got let's continue on here. We got through here. Oh, you're going through your apps. You got like the random bling sound. Yeah, yeah. It fucks me up every time because I'm like, where did it come from? Where is it? Who said what? I want to see the message. I want to engage with people. Damn you, Streamlabs. But yeah. So figure two. See this one went from one dot to two with no dot. Figure O1 observes and travels similarly to us humans, and it picks up skills through observation. No coding needed. Capitalization missing. Spacing missing. Double space here, right? It only needs to see it once. Space in the beginning here. It helps in manufacturing, customer service, and warehouse work, as all works require quick learning. So the sentence structure and like the form here is a little difficult, right? Um, so what I would have probably done here was like figure O1 observes and travels. Like it, it's all kind of like fluff information though, and then a little point about like what kind of work it'll do. Um, we were discussing lack of labor, job, repetition of danger, a robot that is capable of learning on the spot. It's not science fiction, it's live. It's also not a small scale endeavor. Now they're blinging me on purpose. Hi, Casey. That's not my fault, girl. Um, she's like, I can't join the Discord, damn it. It's not my fault that you can't join the Discord. All the times you won, you should have gotten yourself a better phone. also not a small scale endeavor. It's supported by Microsoft, Jeff Bezos, Nvidia, and OpenAI. This is what big money and smart minds are betting on. Aims to achieve more than just code, but robots as colleagues, assistants in the real world, not merely virtual help. The Figure O1 and Figure O2 are live, not is live. Visit Figure AI for more information. No good with all these. The end. Features right here. End of thread. That's fine. I won't even. I didn't even gig you on that. Your name for what, Jua? Oh, I clicked the wrong one. So a lot of the information that you had, were these cute little sayings, but like you had like introducing Figure O1, a humanoid robot that can walk and think thanks to GPT, observes and travels similarly to us humans is kind of like a fluff phrase. It feels like filler to me. You know, like you could have provided more meaningful information while being more um like hooky with it. We fixed this one, right? So let's go over this one real quick. Figure O1 observes and travels similar to us humans, and it picks up skills through observation. No coding needed. Only needs to see it once. Okay, so you could have elaborated more on this, or you could have actually reduced a lot of it by telling people that it learns through reinforcement learning. So it's a lot like monkey see, monkey do, right? Like it watches what you do and it mimics it. So like the Figure O1 observes us and learns through reinforced learning. It's a lot like monkey see, monkey do. Um, so that would have been like your first sentence there, right? And then you could have gone on to say it helps in manufacturing, customer service, warehouse work, and all other work that may require quick learning and with no coding. Because you've already explained that reinforcement learning is the way that it learns above, and that it's like monkey see, monkey do. So you don't have to say no coding needed. You don't have to see it only needs to see it once. But you can emphasize the no coding needed because people love hearing that. You know, low code or no code options. Those are big to a lot of people. Let's see. I'm gonna give these a like too. Yeah. I thought I liked them already. I thought I liked all of them already. What makes it important? Spacing issues, the three. Um, Lack of labor, job, like the structure of this sentence here, and then the line break here without the emoji for the bullet was a little weird. It's a little more care to how you put together the post, and a little bit more along the lines of like compounding the sentences or removing a lot of the fluff or kind of just keeping to more pertinent information and details could have helped. I appreciate you submitting it, Shua, but you submitted it a whole day late, buddy. Just saying. Oh, you can't hear anything anymore? I'm gonna try to disconnect and reconnect. I'll be right back. Can you hear me now? All right. So for anybody who doesn't hear me, you're gonna have to reconnect. So yeah. All right. It's also not a small scale endeavor. It's supported by Microsoft, Jeff Bezos, Nvidia, and OpenAI. This is what big money and smart minds are betting on. So I would have reworded this a little. This is a major endeavor supported by companies like Microsoft, Nvidia, OpenAI, and people like Jeff Bezos and other affluent and wealthy businessmen. Um, you could have gone like that route. Gotten rid of like the this is what big money and smart minds are betting on. Um, they're betting on this. And not even betting on it, right? They're investing in this. They're getting in on this early. What about you? Like give people a thought as to if these guys are investing money, why are you not investing money yet? You see what I'm saying? Like that's one way that you can help improve that post there. Um, it aims to achieve more than just code, but robots as colleagues. That doesn't make much sense to me because there's nothing about coding when it comes to robotics. Typically, when it comes to the consumer endpoint or the user endpoint, right? So like, it aims to achieve more than just assistance, but colleagues and coworkers who help assist you consistently throughout life, or partners in life, or in your work endeavors. Like there's a lot of different ways that could have been reworded to help connect the idea of the robot being an integral part of your life and being necessary, right? So this is something that you want to think about when you're creating a post. I don't think that this was bad. It was definitely a different robot from the ones that I'm used to seeing. We saw a lot of like Figure no, we saw a lot of like Sanctuary and like Impact and a couple of like oddball ones, but like I actually want to check this out now. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to see if I can get me a Figure because I saw your article. If it was worded better, it would have informed me a little better and attracted me a lot more though. So like structure, sentence structure, spacing. These are a lot of the things that I mentioned for others, but also reading back through your stuff, right? Reading back through your stuff will help you a lot with um I got a bling from somewhere. What the fuck? All right. Reading back through it will help you a lot with formulating your structure and not posting and realizing later on that you screwed something up. You see what I'm saying? So just keep your eye on your article. Go back through it a few times. If you have any you know what I do a lot? I'll actually I'll actually go on I'll actually go on like Google Documents, or I'll go on like Notepad, and I'll open up a whole like document for that post, and I'll write that post out right as I'm going, and then I'll revise the post as I go with information that I feel like maybe I screwed up a little with the wording here or the structure there. Maybe I didn't use like a good emoji placement holder here or something along those lines. Um, maybe I didn't find a really good graphic for this or yeah, like there's a lot of different things that you can do to help you with your writing process. Just try to play around with them and figure out what works best for you because there's no one size fit all solution to you improving your process and your writing. Like I can only guide you so much when it comes to this stuff. So yeah, definitely something that you want to think about. Um, all right, so we're gonna be looking at the next post. Do you have any questions about that review case, or like, is there anything that I can help with? You or Kaio, because I know you're both here. I don't know. I don't know if any of the other guys showed up. Amon. Um, but yeah, that's awesome, case. And like I said, if you need help, tag me in your guild post. And I'm here. Okay. All right. So we got Big Joe. Joe, you here, buddy? Big Joe. Are you in here, my friend? Ah, she don't want to talk to us no more, man. She schedules it around the guild hall time so that she can get out of talking to us. Um, I guess Big Joe isn't here. You're okay. You're okay, Izia. I'm just picking on you. You know how I do it. Um, all right, Big Joe isn't here, so we're gonna do this real quick. Um, I actually have a lot of information on a lot of these reviews. Let's see. I got Bings somewhere. Why am I keep getting Bings? Why do I keep getting Bings? All right. So yes, Kyle. They don't have to have an end of thread graphic. It's just a nice way to say, hey, I care. Don't click links past this point because there's a risk of you getting drained, right? I don't I like it's kind of like a cover your ass at the same time as like hey guys, I care and don't want to see you guys suffer. So, end of thread graphics aren't necessarily bad. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna do this real quick. I have a bunch of notes here, and I think that I'm gonna have to post these, and then kind of maybe I'll post all of these and give people a chance to come up and talk about their posts on Friday, because we're running into like the hour and a half mark already. But Big Joe, AI versus robotics. So this I'm gonna read to you guys what I wrote, okay? And Big Joe, if you're here, don't take offense. This was me being harsh. But AI versus robotics is kind of weird to me. Usually, robotics includes some aspect of AI inherently, so it's not really a PvP thing when it comes to the two terms, right? Um, line break for the emojis for thread. You also need to focus on patterns for emojis. Don't use them at the beginning of sentences if you are focusing on them at the ends, right? So like this here, what I would have done, and also the all caps is same thing with here, AI versus robotics, all caps and robotics, like Um, what do you think it will be? These two fields are transforming our lives in incredible ways, from smart home assistants to automated factories. Imagine AI and robotics coming together as one. The emojis were a little they were a little excessive. Could have been a little bit better. And this thing looks weird as fuck to me. I saw this one and I was like, eh, I don't really like it as a robot, but it was more about the thread than the robot of choice. So, yeah. Um, the numbering, I like that you did it with an emoji instead of with an actual number, but you still got gigged for that number, Joe. The numbering is I don't like it. I feel like it doesn't help you at all. Nobody needs to know how many numbers of threads they've read. They just know that they need to read your thread. And then once you start to get into like four, five, six, people are like, oh God, when is this going to end? And they're more likely to click off of your post. Okay? Um, Avoid use of all caps. Use cap case with the capitalization of each letter at the beginning of the sentence. Emphasize that it's similar to all caps or bolding without needing the all caps or bolding because it messes with the mind the right way because the cap in the beginning of the sentence kind of emphasizes it to the brain that way. And at least from what I've seen, it works pretty well, especially when you don't have premium. Um, Emoji numbering is discouraged. If you use it, put it on a line of its own and then run the post on the next line below it. The post is kind of redundant with certain points. You mentioned navigating through the home in post labeled 1, and then mentions the learning the new home layout in post number 2. So that was another point there, like kind of redundantly discussing like the home navigation and shit like that. You didn't have to mention that again. Um, Post 3, you had a typo and an extra space before robotic. Rereading through your post before posting will help you notice issues with spelling, punctuation, sentence structure, and lacking emojis even. Meet Astro in the second to last post sounds weird because you've already introduced and spoken about Astro at length during the post. You could have used where can you check out Astro and then added the link there. All in all, it was not a bad post. It needs some work, but you'll be able to check more thoroughly the next one. So, let's see. It, all in all, the post wasn't bad. I like the videos. Videos are good for dwell time. I like that you included images. Could the post have been better? Yes, for sure. Um, did you get a good enough score that you were able to get on the leaderboard? Yeah, you did. So congratulations on that, Big Joe. Um, Crib, my friend. This is Cribs. For anybody who wants to follow along that doesn't want to watch the screen here, okay? You are welcome to go and follow along on social media. Um, this these contests have been getting a lot closer lately. You guys have been doing a lot better with it. It's getting a lot harder to choose the top 5. Luckily, this time with how I scored things, it worked out perfectly that the fifth person had no score matching somebody else. Um, it worked out pretty good in that way, so I'm happy with it. All right, Crib, let's get to the roasting. You ready for the fire? You ready for the fire? Hey, Joe, did you hear? Yeah, you missed it, buddy. Literally just finished talking about your post. Literally just finished. Um, let me hold on. Where is it? Big Joe, Big Joe, Big Joe. Ferocity, Big Joe. Here we go. This is for you, buddy. You can read this over while we're going over this for Crib. And I can post it in your guild hall if you ever decide that if you decide that you want me to. Um, so yeah. Yours is coming up, Ferocity. Jeez. I do it in a certain order. Is your battery dying again? Oh. All right. So, Crib. All right, I got you, Crib. We're going to scroll back up. The biggest issue that I had with your post, bro. The biggest issue that I had with your post that I no, you didn't, Ferocity. I just haven't mentioned it yet. You posted your end of thread graphic before the CJN friends invite, Crib. If you go to your post and you scroll to the bottom, geez, what, Joe? You still came in 5th place. I like what you did with the thread. Part of the problem that I had with your thread, besides the final post, is the emojis, bro. The not the emojis, the bullet points. All right. Um, like these emojis here. Honestly, I liked your thread. I think that it was drama inducing. I think that it hooked people and brought people to read. But then I think you lost the structure in a lot of ways, right? I almost failed you. Just because of the thread post thing. Simple mistake. I gave you a buy on it. You've been posting really good stuff. I really like the way that you handled the flow and the words coming through, and like the images and the graphics and stuff like that. Like you did really good with the post in general, but some of the issues that you had, like the bullet points and stuff, were really rough, bro. And I expect better from you of all people. So um, excessive bullet points. Work on making the post more conversational. Your big thing is you need to make your post more conversational. Don't do as much with the bullet points. Don't feel as repetitive. Um, like push for that speaking to your audience. And it's something I said before, and I'm gonna say it again. Push to that speaking to your audience. Um, that try not to repeat words necessarily. Try to differentiate them. Um, like they say AI is going to take our jobs. Everyone's worried that AI is going to erase privacy. They all whisper about AI destroying the world, right? So like you could have done that and made it a little more enticing rather than just like a listed, like a little more dramatic, right? And that would have helped hook people a little bit better, even though you've got the bullet marks here, right? And I also don't like these kind of arrows. I know you guys, for some reason, all of you guys tend to like these. There's a few of you that use them pretty often. Use the arrow, use the emoji arrow. You know what I'm saying? Like arrow. You've got the emoji arrow that you can use. You don't have to worry about it coming off wrong. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like it helps. It looks a little bit better. It doesn't look as influenced by like an AI copy paste kind of deal, because that's where people are going to connect that to, right? The emoji here with the that's not bad. The emoji here, and then the thread one there. That's kind of good. Um, every time I look back over these, it's like I'm reading them again for the first time. Um, the media wants you scared. They want you to think AI equals Skynet, doom, control, and I bought into it. But I saw a different side. I found an AI, or rather an AI agent, that didn't destroy me, and it transformed me, right? And then you've got some of your emojis are kind of yes, I would use that definitely compared to like the AC looking arrows, because those tend anything like AC, anything like M dash, anything that isn't easily accessible on your keyboard, people associate with AI, because most people don't know how to do those cool little keyboard shortcuts. Most people don't know how to stylize their posts outside of emojis. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. You know what I'm saying? Like, as much as that sucks, and you'd like to do more, this sometimes you can do it. Sometimes you can post like that, but um, yeah. Uh, yeah. There should be a little red button that says stop watching stream without leaving. So like, there's an option for you to, yeah. So powered by a platform called Impact, and it changed my life. I was hoping that you guys would have done a little something outside of Impact. I noticed a few of you guys did do Impact, and it's because you guys are familiar with Impact, so I'm sure it took less time for you guys to post something on it. I was kind of hoping you guys would branch out into something cool, something different. But Impact is still cool. It's just something that we've done before. I've always wanted to stay fit, to be healthy, to keep fit, to leave healthy rather than live healthy was one thing that threw me off. Pay more attention to like how you're posting what you're posting. Otherwise, like I gigged you for this too, you know. But staying consistent, that was the hard part. I was stuck in the same cycle. Start quiet, start again. Um, I would have reworded that a little bit. Be like, start, break, start again. Zero consistency, no fire. I had goals, but no system to hit them. Then came Impact, and nothing's been the same since. Impact isn't just another workout app, it's a full blown AI agent performance ecosystem. At its center is Kai Kai, an AI trainer that sees you, not seems you. So that was another one that I found that sees you, hears you, and coaches you in real time. I like that you included videos and stuff from the Impact site. This AI agent watches you work out in real time. Phone camera equals motion tracker, real time form correction, instant feedback while you train. It felt like training with an elite coach in your pocket. You could have done this in one conversational like sentence structure, right? You didn't have to do it in emojis or in list. So that's something that I would have changed. Kai Kai became my accountability partner. Conversational, definitely. There's no purpose for this being a list, bro. That's something I wanted to point out for you. You can use the bullets for it, and it works, but it's an inefficient use of bullets. And like I said, you need to work on being more conversational anyway. You have a tendency to rely on bullets, and I don't want you relying on bullets anymore. I want you to get good with just good general conversational sentence structure, talking to somebody rather than just telling somebody about something. You know what I'm saying? Um, no, I didn't roast yours yet. Since then, I've moved different. Early morning, clean eating, better focus, more energy, real gains. Not because I'm Superman, but because Impact gave me the tools to stay locked in. Right? If you have ever wanted to be fit, focused, and consistent, but keep falling off, don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for another Sunday. Check out Impact Official. Thanks for your time. Right? Oh, I see what you did. You dodo. You put it in the reply. You put it in the reply. Hey, you weigh 82. If you're going to use the final post thread, don't put anything in the replies because people are going to ignore it, thinking it's a fake. That's no good. Crib. Something to keep in mind for the future there. Okay? All right. Oh. Ferocity, try restarting your phone. I'll give you a couple minutes. And then I'm going to review yours. I've got three more to get through. Um, I'd like to get through them before. Oh, 1 second, guys. Restart your phone, girl. All right. Yep, I'm gonna wait for you for yours because I don't want you to miss yours when you're here. That makes no sense. Um, uh-oh. More drama on the timeline, guys. Let me know when you're back, Ferocity. Can you hear me all right now? Is this the right one? No. All right, I'll come back to this later. Okay, cool. It might have just been that your phone was stuck connecting between different like spots. It's weird, but sometimes a reset helps. What's this? I got a bling. Throw phone away. It's not as easy for them down there to just get rid of their phones, buddy. Like if only they could, it would be a little better off for them. But yeah, let's go with Ferocity's post now. Um, Ferocity wants some money. Maybe she can find a better phone. I'm sorry, Ferocity. I'm sorry, Ferocity. Um, all right. So yours. Um, she's gonna yell at me. She gets angry. She gets passionate about things. Um, so caps for Protoclone. I liked your post. I really did. I liked the information about Protoclone, which was an interesting project. Um, so you got some brownie points with that. Just because it's something I hadn't heard about. You did some research into it. You found something really cool. Um, like it was a really good article. I liked it. It's just a couple of issues. All caps, no nos. You know that. Um, you kept to a structure, but you kind of had two sentences, two lines here, two lines there, and then like these were all broken up. What I would have done was I would have started with like this one, right? And then I would move this one to up here, right? What if their muscles can contract and stretch like ours? What if they move, felt, and learned like us? That's not science fiction. That's protoclone, and it's switching to life. And this might just be the first step to what we become. So, like, then you would have had a better pattern of 2 2 2 with just like the sentence, the highlighted like line up top, right? So it would have been like it would have been like headline and then sentence structure structure and it would have followed a pattern a little bit better. So I think it would have looked a little bit better. And then this with this just on the next line, you could have done one more line break probably, and that would have looked a little bit better. It would have separated that off of these. Um, Protoclone, the world's first, and you continue to all caps Protoclone. It bothers me. If you wanted to do proto and then capitals with the C for clone, um, yeah, yeah, I'm going hard on everybody today, Ferocity. Like I noticed with this thread writing competition that you guys fell off a little bit. That you guys have been making some mistakes that we've gone over before. And you guys could have done better. Um, I want the reason why I'm pushing you guys for continued states of excellence is because when you get used to being in a continued state of excellence and you're continuously producing really good quality work, right? When you're in a rush and you do something mediocre, it's still better than a lot of the people out there. You're one of the people that I'm reading today. So yeah, you did. All right. Hey, girly, what's up? So, Protoclone, the world's first bipedal, musculoskeletal, and most anatomically accurate android in the world. So this, right? What I would have done was Protoclone is the world's first bipedal, comma, musculoskeletal, comma, and most anatomically correct android in the world, right? I would have done that because that would have been better sentence structure. Hey, Creon, it's been a while, brother. No, you haven't missed yours, Vina. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over yours on the live tomorrow. On the live on Friday. Um, I have your review for you. I have it in text format. I can post it. I can post it. It would have given you that luxury if you had reduced a couple of things. Um, You could have removed yes, there is no metal in Protoclone and put it in another section, right? Um, you could have taken out the width and this downward emoji. Could have gotten rid of that emoji. I would have gigged you for emojis, but I gigged you for that emoji anyway because of where it's placed. It looks weird there. Um, Fucking bugs. Got it. All right. So let's see here. Um, Protoclone is the world's first bipedal. See, all right? So you're talking about restrictions on characters, right? Protoclone is the world's first bipedal and most anatomically correct android in the world. Get rid of the musculoskeletal, right? Because you explain how it has all the musculoskeletal features here, right? So you don't really have to add the musculoskeletal up here, and you could have gotten rid of this. Is the world's first bipedal and most anatomically accurate android in the world. Um, the width here with all caps bothered me. This was kind of bulleted, so you should have included like emoji bullets in the front. And you were worried about space, right? So get rid of this, right? Um, you could have gotten rid of this and been like human-like design, and then did all right. So this is how I would have proceeded with it, right? I'm gonna give you a run through right now. So Protoclone, I would have changed this to Protoclone is the world's first anatomically accurate android in the world. Copy. Let me see here. Hold on. No, that's poll. Emojis. Check. I'm gonna X. X. Ah. And that fits. Hey, was Nick. So that there fits. Ferocity. So it organizes the sentence a little bit better, right? It reduces some of the complexity of like the musculoskeletal aspect, right? It improves the sentence structure of the first sentence there, right? And it also highlights the bullet points that you have there because those are bullet points. It gets rid of the cap locks on the with, it gets rid of the downward emoji, and it also brings a little bit of life to the post with the check mark emojis for the bullet points. I would rather it have been this than this here for sure. And think it would have I think it would have looked a lot better. Um, and you also would like I'm looking at it right here, and I'm within the limit, so it also would have met your limit. We're going back to how we used to do them, Jay. I can tell. I would have gotten rid of the musculoskeletal. It's a complex term. Most people don't really even understand what musculoskeletal means. They would be like, "This guy's speaking gibberish to me. I don't know what the hell is going on." Um, all right, and then you kind of broke it down here. What does it? It's the skeletal and muscular structure of the human body. Yeah, it's basically how we are able to move around, rather than just being blobs of flesh on the ground. Um, but yeah, so Protoclone isn't just a science project. At Clone Robotics, when it comes to ats, try not to start the sentence with the at, okay? Because it looks weird, right? So you did the cap locks for the protoclone again. So protoclone isn't just a science project. Um, I think I actually typed out a rework for this too. Yeah, I did. So, like for this sentence here, for the top, right? Here, protoclone isn't just a science project. At oh wait, no, never mind. I didn't. Hold on. Where is it? Protoclone isn't just a science project. At Clone Robotics is prepping for real world use in homes. Um, you could have made it more conversational for this post. Um, Here we go. So I reworked that whole thing, right? I have a whole like text thing of my review. So I'm super OCD about this shit. What do you see yourself using this tech for? Would you use it to do the dishes, cook your meals, fold laundry, or maybe just to brainstorm conversationally? Yes, you did. You did win. You managed to take a place on the leaderboard. I'll release all that information after this, along with the new contest, the streaming contest that we're doing this week. So remember, it's only like a few minutes setting up your stream, showing off like how you arranged it, what cool features you added to it. Be creative, guys. Good, cool, attractive streams att- attract people in. which is something I need to start doing myself, as you guys can tell. Like my stream isn't all that laid out as well as it possibly could be. I need to do more with it, and I'm very much a bad person at taking my own advice, even though I know I could do better with it. So don't always do as I do, but take into consideration what I do say. So yeah, so that was the whole thing. Like I turned that more conversationally, right? Um, and you line broke in a few weird spots. Um, wriggles its toes. Like a real human, uncanny and impressive. Like this feels like it should be part of this because of the comma. Yes, I roast myself all the time. I'm my hardest critic. There's nobody that can be harder on me than I am hard on myself. So and that's how I live my life. I literally shit talk myself all the time. That stream was garbage. You can do better. Where did I fuck up? Where did I go wrong? And what can I improve on? These are things that I consider day in and day out, so that I can continue to improve and progress. There's always, even if you're doing it fractionally better the next day, if you're doing it fractionally better, you're improving and you're growing, and that's the whole purpose. Um, so their latest demo, a lot of your issue was structure. I liked the tone of it. I liked the imagery that you used. I liked like your originality for it. Your emojis and hashtag use kind of weren't great. The structure kind of wasn't great. The accuracy of information was good. So I like that. These are all things I grade on: accuracy, structure, tone, fit, emoji, hashtag use, media use, and originality. Hashtag use has kind of gone from using to not using because it's no longer good. Emoji use has gone from using or not using to using efficiently, where you're connecting emojis to the sentence that it's attached to in some meaningful way. Um, so always remember that I'm grading on all of these things. Um, let's see. So protoclone, we revised that a little bit. Um, just like the sentence structure here, the add in the beginning. Protoclone isn't just a science project. At Clone Robotics is prepping it for real world use in homes. If you had left this sentence attached to this sentence rather than line breaking, it would have looked so much better. And then get rid of this shit, right? And use that sentence that I have up there, right? Um, would you use it to do the dishes? What do you see yourself using this tech for? Would you use do the dishes, cook your meals, fold laundry, or maybe just a way to brainstorm conversationally? Like these are things. It is a remarkably accurate mechanical clone of the human body, and it's just getting started. What I would have I wouldn't even bothered with that sentence either. Like, yeah, you have a lot of line breaks in a lot of weird places. And then like you're trying to do too much within the confines of one post, right? Um, like you could have extended like the idea of how the design is into two posts for this, and like not shortened it up with this trying to get as much information in there as you can. Don't feel like each subject has to be constrained to one post. Get the information that you can get in there. If you can't fit something that's vital to that one, roll into it for the next one, and continue the conversation on that point in the next post. There's no problem with that. It's just don't do a bunch of small little posts that could have been combined into one, or reword it and try to like prompt for the next one, like on some of the features of protoclone in general, and then go into like the musculoskeletal system. There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of things that you can do. You don't have like being creative with it is part of what helps you grow. I've gotten very into my habits, but you're going to find your own styles as you guys go. At some point, you guys are going to break away from my system of structure and start to work into your own system of structure. But when you have all the line breaks like this on what could have been like one sentence, it looks weird. This looks almost like you were like mixed between doing a bullet point and doing like an actual sentence. So it was a little odd. Um, their latest demo shows this android flexing its legs like it's alive. Yes, it wriggles its toes like a real human, uncanny and impressive. It like you the way that these are broken up are a little odd. Let's see. You could have made it more conversational for this post. I noticed you line break in a few weird spots too. Yes, it wriggles its toes like a real human! Exclamation point. It's so lifelike. It is impressive. Like you could have changed that structure to this and combined those two, right? Those two sentences right there without losing any real character count, right? You could have combined the nightmare fuel and the next evolution of robotics, right? Like there's a lot of compounding that you can do, and I would focus on trying to do that rather than like create one conversational sentence rather than almost a bullet point of points for your posts. Like these almost feel like bullet points in themselves, the way that they're separated, um, rather than a conversational sentence put together, right? Um, that fucking post for some reason. It. Let me see if I can find the. I gotta go back to your guild hall real quick. Guild showcase. Ferocity, where are you? Where the hell is your post? What the fuck? Oh, there it goes. Let me get this going. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it goes. This one was kind of like one of my favorite posts, and this is the one that got deleted. Um, so this one was one of my favorites from like just the structure that you have here, how you go through the conversation in the flow of the post. I really like this one. Because it doesn't just automate work, it mimics life while blurring the line between flesh and fiber, muscle and machine. Did I forget to mention that you can style it with any clothes of your choice? It's not the end of humanity, but maybe it's humanity 2.0. You could have combined these together a little bit, but other than that, like this sentence, this structure here was so much better than this here. I like it just reads more cohesively. It reads more flowy, and that's kind of what I'm trying to get you guys towards too. A good flow state of like conversational and connecting to your audience rather than just like blurting out blurbs and facts and little sayings and marketing terms and stuff like that. Like actually, yeah, they have yeah. It's this is really cool because it's all synthetic fibers and like there's no metal in it. I mean, I'm sure there's like certain metal with like servos and stuff like that or certain type of alloys, but most of it's polymer. Like they did it in a way that reduced the weight of it and created as close to a lifelike robot as they could based on the human anatomy. It's Oh, you're getting ready to go? Hey, Leo, you've been here since the beginning, buddy. So I'm gonna do the drawing now. So for those of you that are here, Virion, I know you're watching on the space. Um, I got you. I can't exclude you. But those of you on X, come hop into the Discord. We'll get the duck race going real quick. I want to make sure that Leoton's included because Leoton's been here for fucking hours. Yeah, like you guys have been here for 2 hours. Any of you that need to leave, I understand it. And Friday we're gonna go over some more of them, and we're gonna be able to do it live on stage. So on Spaces, so we're gonna be doing it live publicly, with all of X potentially being able to come in and watch and hang out. So yeah, for those of you who are, yeah, it's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be a little nerve wracking for some of you guys. But looks like we're at 88, 89, 89. I don't know if Virion's trying to even get in here right now because Virion's been having so many issues with her uh, with her internet connection, and I feel bad about it because she's one of the ones that participate the most. All right, taking the screenshot. Screenshot is taken. We're gonna have 90, 89 because I can't include Easia, sadly enough. Fimos just jumped in. Yeah, I can include them. So we're gonna do 90. Okay. And I'm gonna have ChatGPT go through this. Leoton, if you win, I'm gonna tag you anyway, so you'll know to do your thing. So if you got to run, buddy, I understand it, man. We've been going for a while now. Um, where the fuck is it? I wish every time. There we go. All right. See, I use GPT a lot too. Damn it. I've just trained it. Kyle Pager K's. Let's see. It's looking good. All right, duck. Duck. Quack. Quack. We're going to take out Easia. We're going to add Virion. I'm going to make sure that Leoton is in here. Where to go? The fuck did I do with it? Oh, for some reason Leoton's not in here? Who's Leo Storm Leo? I think that's actually Leo here. Because I don't think we have a Leo Storm Leo, which is weird. From behind? Damn. Yes, I use Plus Study. Because I use it a lot. So I need. Someone's always impersonating me, Bassie. I expect it at this point. This is why I don't do. This is why I don't do DMs at all. Like I don't do DMs because. Oh no, we haven't roasted you yet, Vina. We're about to do the duck races real quick. At Leo. Oh no, Leo Storm Leo is a person that's here. What the fuck? Story Protocol I think is an AI project. All right, look, guys, I'm gonna take one more screenshot. All right, I'm gonna make sure that Leoton is in there. I need to make sure that Virion are in there. And what happened with Crib? Did Crib fall off or something? This is gonna be the last screenshot because I see 95 people here. 94 people here. I don't know where. I don't know why somebody would leave when I'm taking the last screenshot, but somebody left when I said I was taking the last screenshot. All right, taking the last screenshot. If you're not here and you're not the couple of people that we mentioned, because they're always here, and I'm not gonna rule them out just because they lost internet connection or something or had to run. They've been here for 2 hours with us, and a lot of you showed up in like the last 30 minutes. So I got to be fair to the people who are here consistently. Um, again, I've gotten really good at prompting with this shit. And now y'all are up to 98. I tell y'all that I'm taking the screenshot and that's the last chance, and then more people show up. It makes no sense to me. I can, yeah, I'm happy to check them out. Let's see, search with Google. I'm not doing any more screenshots. Education, AI, and blockchain. Our mission is to revolutionize the learning experience by leveraging. I think I've heard of these guys. It's an AI focused coaching program, isn't it? um, they have an AI integration. The project itself doesn't have to be completely focused on AI, right? It just has to include AI in its building, right? And that's something that people don't realize. Like I'm not hard requiring you guys to pick like an AI or a robotics project wholeheartedly. Like you can pick an AI project that includes AI into its main design. That's something I like. Like you guys didn't have to do like Kai Kai isn't just purely AI. Um, like a lot of their focus. I did take a screenshot, Hussein. I took a screenshot. You saying every time you ask me if your name's in there, your name is in there. All right? You're just nervous that you're not going to get a chance to win. I know, and that's part of the problem, Ferocity. But I have 90. I have um. All right, Ferocity. I'm gonna post the chat the text from my review in your thing, and we'll get that going. Hold on. So compare this list and the last list, and let me know who is missing from the first list on the second list. How's that, guys? Let's see what GPT says to me. The only name from the first list that does not appear in the second list is Ezia. So I did my job, guys. I always do my job because I always try to be as fair for you guys as I possibly can. All right. Shua, you better. You motherfucker. Shua, you're not in there because you weren't here for the snapshot. But I'll be nice to you. 98. We're doing Duck Race of Life today because 98. And it's been a long morning already, okay, guys? So we're doing Duck Race of Life. Yeah, motherfucker. Um, only because it's you, Shua. because you're chill as fuck, and I can do that with you. Um, we're we've got a weird dynamic. Anyway, someone catches throat. Yeah, shut up. So let's go. We're gonna do the duck race of life because I am not doing that to myself today. No, no, Easier. You can shoutcast the duck race of death if you'd like. All right. Yeah. See. Ready? Steady. Quick! Let's go. We've got the first race going. We've got so many people in here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Let's see. We've got Naman in the front with Epsilon just up behind him. Creon pushing up. Well, was Creon going to win a race for Ezia today? Since Ezia can't participate, Creon coming in here trying to get the win. They like trying to unalive me with these duck races of death. Jeez. Yeah, lives do consume a lot, Big Joe. What I would do is I would turn on a data saver and try to do it that way. Um, 'Cause yeah. All right, we've got Vinakeen and Nadia in the lead. 14 seconds left. Fimos and Hussein shooting to the front, but they're not gonna make it. Leoton pushing up, Annie pushing up. Who's gonna take it? 4 seconds left. Who's gonna make it to the lead? And it looks like it's Erebo. Congrats, Erebo. All right, first one's down. 2 to go. Who's gonna win? Nobody knows. Let's go. Second race. Ready, steady, and quack! I wouldn't be surprised if she had Korean's login. I wouldn't be surprised. But you know how many people try to game the system by double accounting shit? And I'm not gonna knock her for it. Are you kidding me? Get out of here. But it's probably Creon on Creon's account, realistically. No, I'm like yeah. Erebo takes the first win. Erebo, make sure that you open up a ticket. I think you already have a ticket open. So we got 25 seconds left. Crypto Ball, Potato, and UA82 Liz in the lead. But you know how that goes. Last few seconds, and nobody knows. AB, if you weren't in here when I called the screenshot, then you're not in there. Um, yeah, that's just how this thing goes. But we're looking at Kim Tuyet taking the win. It's been a while. Sorry, Kim Tuyet. You haven't won in a while, but you win it today. Congratulations. Next up, final. Let's go. Who's gonna take the last win? We've got Kim Tuyet. We've got Erebo. And let's see who we have now. Ready, steady, and quack! Let's go! Which duck is gonna take the win? Which of our friends is walking home with 10 USDT today? We've got William Lilly pushing the front, Chloe pushing up. It's too early, though. 45 seconds left. You know they're not going to win, sadly enough. Let's see what we got. We've got Tijani, your fave girlie, pushing up from the rear. We've got Annie coming up, Bang Soon G. Bang Soon, you just won yesterday. Get it back. You can wait another couple days. I've given up on duck race. Oma. Let's see. Oma, you're right there. You're right there. 15 seconds. Oh, King pushing up from the rear. 11 seconds left. MK coming up. Leoton coming up. Crypto coming up. Who's going to take it? Lizzie pushing up from the rear. Looks like Lizzie might take the win. Lizzie takes the win. Congratulations, Lizzie. Uh-oh. Now I gotta figure out which Lizzie. Damn it! Hold on. I think it's this Lizzie. But let me double check the screenshot here. People have the same friggin' names. Lizzie. Congratulations, Lizzie. This is why I take the screenshots, AB. because I have the screenshot for proof of who attended, who was there when I took the screenshot, and who wasn't. I have you in there, so that means your name was in there. All right. So you're good, buddy. It's hard to see with all the ducks, guys. So yeah. But yeah, we have our three winners. We have Kim Tu Yet, we've got Erebo, and we've got Lizzie. And here goes my audience in the blink of an eye. Oh, yeah, gotta love it. You gotta love the Gibby Goblins. Let's see. What am I looking for? Today's Wednesday, right? Yeah. Okay, I don't have anything going on this afternoon. So this has been a long time coming already. It's been a long run. We've got two more winners. We've got Virion, who came in second place, and we've got Jay, who came in first place. So I'm announcing that right now for you guys, so that you guys know. All right. Yeah. Oh no, not the audience. Not the audience. Anything but the audience, right? Like I'm used to it. After the giveaways, everybody disappears, right? Like it's just how it goes. I do have to. I do want to finish up. Well, I kind of finished up Ferocities, right? So, um, a lot like I said, I really liked your post there. That second that fifth post that for some reason got deleted looked really good. Just you got to work on your structure. This one looked really good too, actually. If you had spaced this out, Lot 1, Clone Robotics is releasing 279 limited edition units of Clone Alpha, their first working prototype in 2025. Start saving or praying, because if Clone Alpha keeps evolving, this was a little weird. You didn't have to do it like this. Um, Start saving or praying, period. Enter space or whatever, and then because if Clone Alpha keeps evolving, even your vacuum cleaner might start asking for Wi-Fi and weekends off. You did really good with the post. I really like the post. Yeah, but I got a bling from somewhere. Casey's like, I'm still here. I'll take it. Start on mine. All right, I'll do yours next. You came in second place, Casey. I really liked your post. You got to stop winning. People are gonna start thinking I'm fucking favoriting you. Um, no, it's USDT BEP, Lizzie. Dude, I've been here for 2.5 hours. I haven't been able to review the winners threads. I haven't been able to review your thread. I'm trying, bro. I'm trying. There's a lot of threads to review. And I had to go really in depth with the people who were new, and I had to go really in depth with the people who won, because the people who won have a lot of improving to do still, and I want to make sure that their stuff gets improved. The people who are new, I want to make sure that they got some sort of feedback, and like kind of an understanding around why they didn't win. And Shua, you submitted a day late. So you're gonna have to wait an extra day. All right. Yeah, you were a whole day late, bro. A whole day late. Don't ask me, bro. I was wondering how myself. Where the hell did I put your review, Vina or Virion, Vina? I did finish yours. I looked it over and I said stuff, and I guess you missed it. Um, oh, let me turn these friggin' ducks off. All I'm hearing in the background is quack, quack. Um, but yeah,